Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to respawn in Search and Destroy here in Black Ops 4 multiplayer. So normally when you play the game mode Search and Destroy you can't respawn at all and you only have one life per round in the game mode. But here in Black Ops 4 there is a way to actually alter that, and the only way that I am fully aware of, unless there's like some update later in the future where you can respawn like different ways, but as of right now the only way to respawn here in Search and Destroy is by playing the specialist character Seraph, because she has an equipment called the tac deploy. And what the tac deploy does is that you can place this equipment anywhere on the map, and when you die you actually respawn on that tac deploy equipment you placed down, right? And so if you're playing game modes like domination or team deathmatch, in those game modes you can pretty much die unlimited amount of times and you can respawn unlimited amount of times, right? And so here in Search and Destroy, since you can't respawn, but with this tac deploy you can actually respawn on that tac deploy, which is really useful, because if you die, let's say you die from just like the stupidest thing, like an RCXD killed you, a trip mine from Nomad killed you, like maybe Nomad's dog killed you, I don't know. Maybe you just died from some stupid reason, but if you place down that tac deploy and you respawn and you might get a couple kills and your team might end up winning the round, then it's going to be completely useful. This tac deploy is so useful here in Search and Destroy, and I don't see a lot of people using it, but just remember, it's kind of a high risk, high reward type thing to use, because even though you can respawn on the tac deploy, you do have a chance to actually kind of get a comeback and win the round. But there also might be another chance that maybe an enemy knows you have a tac deploy because he has like engineer on and he knows where it's at, and maybe when you respawn at that tac deploy the enemy's like waiting for you to respawn and he's just going to kill you again. So it is risky. Like, using the tac deploy can be very risky here in Search and Destroy, but it can also be very helpful by clutching many situations. Like, literally there was a situation where I died from like basically this head glitcher, and I'm just like one more shot and I was gonna be dead, and he had like FMJ on or something and he shot me right through the wall. It was so freaking stupid, but since I placed down my tac deploy I was able to respawn, and because of that my teammates didn't happen to be doing very well, and so there was just me left, even though I respawned already, and there was 3 enemies left, and I was able to kill all of them and we were able to win the game because I came back and respawned and clutched it. It was just absolutely amazing. Now there are a couple things I would like to mention about the tac deploy in Search and Destroy. So only the person who is playing Seraph, the person who places down the tac deploy, which of course is the person playing as the specialist character Seraph, only that person on your team can respawn. That is the only person that you can respawn on your team. I have tested this out many times. Your teammates cannot respawn on your own tac deploy that you put down. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, because from my experience my teammates do not seem to respawn on my tac deploy when I place it down. Only the person who places down the tac deploy can place it down, so just keep that in mind. And also I would like to mention, you can only use the tac deploy one time in each game of Search and Destroy. You can only place it during once. That is it. You can only place it one time in the match of your Search and Destroy. You can't place it multiple rounds, only one time. So make sure you're placing it down in a good location that maybe enemies won't be able to find it, and hopefully, just hopefully, when you do respawn in that round, that you end up actually getting a clutch for that round win, because sometimes when I respawn I don't end up getting any more kills and I just die again and it's just completely useless. And like I might have mentioned this already, but you can only respawn once. Like, once you respawn on your tac deploy, that's it. It's just going to go away. You can only respawn on it one time, and you can only place it down one time in a Search and Destroy match. So just keep that in mind. It does work a lot differently here in Search and Destroy than it does in game modes like Team Deathmatch, Control, or Domination. So just remember that, you guys. Only the person using Seraph can respawn on the tac deploy. Your other teammates cannot respawn on the tac deploy, and you can only respawn on it one time, and you can only place down the tac deploy one time. I know I repeated myself so many times, but I just want to make that very clear here in this video. And make sure when you do place it down, I know I've said this already, but seriously, when you do place down the tac deploy, make sure when you respawn you actually end up clutching the win, because there's been so many times where I have respawned in Search and Destroy and I end up screwing up and we end up getting a loss anyway. And you know, there's some times as well where like you place down the tac deploy and you don't die at all, you end up winning the round, and so you just wasted your tac deploy because you didn't actually use it, you know? I mean, you might have placed it down, but you didn't actually end up using it because you didn't die during the round, which is also kind of a waste of of using it. But anyway, I'd like to bring up in this video, I'd like to make a video talking about the tac deploy because it does work a lot differently here in Search and Destroy, but like I said, it's a high risk, high reward type system in the game, and you can only use it once, so it's not completely overpowered as well. And I think it might be the same thing with also every specialist equipment. You can only use your specialist equipment once, I think for each specialist, but for Seraph, I know her tac deploy you can only use one time. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this video very helpful because I've done a lot of testing with the tac deploy and Search and Destroy, and all the information that I have figured out I have provided in this video. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Black Ops 4 videos later in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.